Everyone, welcome to Solar Integrations. In today's video we're going to be installing a CBI ASTUTE Smart Switch into our Home Assistant, and we're going to be doing an automation to automatically switch that smart switch off when there is load shedding. I'll be showing you how to go through that process. If you aren't subscribed to our channel and you do find this type of content useful, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you after the intro. Okay, so to start off this installation, you're going to have either 2-year Smart, CBI Home, or Smart Life installed. Whichever one you want to use is not an issue. So what you're going to need to do is go into your CBI app, and you're going to need to add your device. You want to make sure that it's a 2.4 megahertz Wi-Fi link that you're using, because the most of the Wi-Fi's nowadays are 2.4 and 5 megahertz. The smart switches are usually only 2.4 gigahertz or 2.4 megahertz. So on your router you can either select to split those up, or you can start a separate Wi-Fi link for IoT devices. I've got one of those over here, and I'm going to use that. Okay, so I've added my switch to my CBI switch to the 2-year site, and you can see if I click on there, I can switch it on and off, and I've got all my details from my switch in there, my timer which I can set, all of that stuff. So that's now added onto my profile for 2-year. What we need to do now is we're going to be going to the 2-year Smart Developer Center, and I'll be showing you how to set that up. Okay, so we're going to go to Cloud Development, create Cloud Project. What we're going to call it, Home Assistant, a Home Assistant integration. Select your industry, Smart Home, development method, custom, data center, Central Europe. Okay, create, select API services, IoT core, we want authorization token management, industry basic service, and we want smart home basic service, and we want device status notification. So device OTA update, device log, device location, device status notification. So we want to add those. Okay, and then we click on authorize. Okay, so now we're going to go to the devices tab, and we're going devices tab, and we're going to link our 2-year app account. Okay. And we could click on add app account. We then go to our 2-year app on our phones. Okay, so in my 2-year app, I'm going to go to the plus, scan, and use that to scan the barcode. and then confirm login, and that links our Tuya app with the developers API, the developers IoT platform. We want to click on, let me just check what we need. I think if we just click on OK, now we should see the device. Okay, so that's the device that it's picking up from the Tuya app on my phone. Okay, so now what we want to do is get the key for our local Tuya app, so that our local Tuya app can speak to this IoT platform. We're going to do that by going to the project overview page. Let me just see. Oh, there it is up there. Okay. So now we're going to go back to overview. So that's the project overview. Okay. And on there, we're going to see the authorization key and the access secret. And we're going to take a note of both of those. I like to keep these values in a spreadsheet so that I don't have to come back here every time I want to see what's going on. What you can also do is, if you go to devices and you go in, just take a note of that device ID as well. Okay, so the information we're going to have now is our login username and password for the IoT platform. We're going to have the access ID for our for the IoT devices, and our access secret, or the client secret, for those devices as well. And as I said, best is to just save all of those into a spreadsheet or something so you can access them in future. You also probably want to keep your username and password for your mobile app as well. Okay, so now we want to install local Tuya into our Home Assistant. We go to Hacks, Integrations, Explore and Download Repositories. We do a search for Tuya. You'll see there's local Tuya and Tuya local. I prefer local Tuya, but you can use either of them. Download. Let that download onto your system. It'll take a few moments. Once it's finished downloading, you're going to need to restart. Once it's restarted, I'm going to go to Integrations. And we're going to add local Tuya. Okay, there's the local Tuya integration. I'm in the EU, but you can select whatever area you're in. Your client ID, you will find just wait for this. Your client ID is over here, so we will copy that, put that in. The secret ID is this one over here. Your user ID isn't your username and password. It is this over here. If you click on devices, it is this device ID over here. You copy that, paste that in, and I think you just click submit. Let's see. Clicks with the API Cloud. Okay, finish. And I think that's it. Okay, the final thing that we need to get is our local key for the CBI switch. every device you have in Tuya is going to have its own local key. So this is the last thing that you want to add to your spreadsheet of all your values that you need to be using. You're going to go to Cloud API Explorer. Once that's loaded, okay, in the API Explorer, we go to Device Management, and we're going to query device details, and we're going to put in there our the device ID for the switch. We can get that from the Tuya platform under our devices. Let's just go cloud services. Cloud development, sorry. Okay, and we go open that project, and we go into devices. Okay, so we're going to use that device ID over there, and we're going to query the device. I'm going to put that query in. Okay, submit request. And then what it's going to come back is this over here, says local key. That is our key for that CBI switch. So we're going to copy that key, and we're going to add that into our spreadsheet of all our device keys. Okay, so now what we're going to be doing is adding into local Tuya our CBI switch, and for that we are going to need the device ID and the local key for that switch, which we've just got from the IoT platform. Go to configure, add a new device, check that we have the correct device ID for that device. That's the device ID which I got from the Tuya IoT platform. If I go to my projects, okay, it is this device ID from over here. Okay, so that's the device ID of the switch I'm adding. I click submit. I give it my name. I will call it CBI Geyser. The IP address, I suggest you fix this IP address on your router so that doesn't wander around. Your device ID, which we got from there, and then the local key, which we also just got. Let's put the key in. Okay, and everything else you can leave as default. We click on submit. Okay, then, and it is a switch that we are adding. Okay, we are also adding okay, the switch, that is CBI Switch. Okay, the current value is on number 21. The voltage is on 22, and the current consumption, I don't think we have a value for the consumption. What I'm going to do is just stick that on. I don't think it is 20. That's not serious. We'll just add that like that. We want to add more entities. Okay. We want to add sensors. Okay, we click on submit. Sensor value number 21. The friendly name for 21 is going to be current. Okay, unit of measure is amps. divide class is current, and the scaling factor for that is 0. Okay, what you have to do is add it in like this, otherwise it won't let you add more than 1 decimal point. So add it like that. Click on submit. I want to add more entities. I want to add another sensor. Okay, it's sensor number 22, which is friendly name voltage, unit of measure volts, device class is volts, PQRST voltage over there, and the scaling factor for that is 0.10. Let me just do it this way, 105. You have to like fiddle that around a bit to get it to work. Just click on submit. Okay, and then we want sensor, another sensor, and we want value number 23, which is power. Unit of measurements is in watts. If I go down here to power, and the scaling factor for that is 0.15, and I do it backwards like that. Click on submit. Okay, I don't want to add any more entities. Let me actually just show you guys over here. If I click on submit, I've got the 7, which I have no idea what it is, 14 and 20, which I'm not sure what they are. Maybe someone can post in the comments if they have any idea what those values are in the switches. But I've got current, voltage, and power, and I'll just click on submit. I'm just going to put here okay, do not add any more entities. Okay, so if we now go and have a look at this device over here, and I click on there, so our voltage is at 230 volts. If I switch my device on, it's 75 watts and 0.33 amps. So what you can do, I'm just going to switch that off so you don't have the noise in the background. What you can do is you can adjust those factors to get the right values over here. So if you've got a 2 kilowatt Geyser element, then that should be saying 2000 watts. So if you need to adjust that, you can adjust that with those factors. We can add these to our dashboard if we want to. So that we've got them on our default dashboard. You just click over here, and then finally what I want to do is an automation for you guys, just a simple automation, and then I'm going to follow that up with an easy way to do more complicated automations. So okay, so now we're just going to create a quick automation to switch off our Geyser when the grid disconnects. Very simple one. Create an automation, create new automation. I want to add a trigger, and I'm going to change when something changes state. The entity which I want is the connection status, so it will be my grid connected status. If you're on SolarMan, you would select SolarMan grid connect status, or on the SunSync you could select that one as well. So grid connected status, when it switches to off, then we want to have an action. So we're going to call a service, and the service is going to be we're going to turn the switch off. Okay, and the switch we're going to turn off, we're going to choose an entity, and that is going to be the CBI switch. The CBI switch over there. Okay, all right, so when the grid connected status switches to off, then turn off the CBI switch. So that's pretty simple way to do it. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another video using OpenAI's ChatGPT on doing more complicated automations, and I'll show you guys how to do that. Basically, this whole automation is a YAML file. If you edit it in YAML, there you can see what it looks like in YAML in the code. So this is just a graphical representation of that, and I'll be showing you guys how to do that in my next video. So stay tuned. If you've enjoyed this content, please remember to like and subscribe. It is free and it does help my channel grow. Thank you very much.